on my body. Shout out to my Caleb Young. Got the cake up, now these wanted data. I ain't folding under pressure, I ain't switching for no. I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bros. Ain't no but don't push me, fingers itching on that. Plotting on my come up, gotta watch stay at my nose. Long nights just to hit the studio. Now I'm eating steak and shrimp, I ain't eating sloppy joe. Looking to the mirror, flexing now and in his glow. Bust off like a welcome to the rodeo.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. Welcome to the special Saturday edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a great one on tap between the Tennessee Titans and the Washington Redskins. With that, let's get on up to FedEx Field near Washington. Standing by for the call of this one, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Just a few moments ago, it was the Redskin defense being introduced, and the largest cheers went for their Pro Bowl cornerback, Josh Norman, as he and his guys get set to do battle with the Tennessee Titans. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Redskin team as they interplay here. It's an early test here after 2 losses to start the season, and a game they probably really need.
Obviously, no way do they want to get to 0-3. Not many teams make the playoffs with that kind of a start.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Titans, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
But let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet, and both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here comes Johnson on the return. Oh, twisting away. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So out comes the Redskins offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by the #1 overall selection back in '05 out of the University of Utah. It's Alex Smith.
I think one of the things that attracted people to Alex Smith initially was his mobility, and that's never changed. That guy's a great athlete, but he's so sharp with the football, so accurate, and takes care of it so well, he rarely puts his team in bad situations.
They run it here with Thompson. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. And a quick look at Washington's offense.
Former 4th-round pick out of Duke is Jamison Crowder. Now, he doesn't grab a lot of the headlines, but he's been quietly dependable for his first 3 years in the league. Shifty, excellent route runner from the slot position, finds his way open, and catches the football. Yeah, he's dependable. Quarterbacks love to throw to him.
To throw on second down is Smith. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Khalil Mack in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Yeah, I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Smith. Hey, right on cue. They set up the screen and complete it. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance at the tall signal caller, standing 6'6".
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator say right off the top, he's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
On second down, Elliott. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. And the big meat on the D-line, we'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
They're going to look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla defenses. You're looking for guys that play with abandon, that just go out and make plays, and kind of let their athletic ability take over in order for you to notice them.
They're going to try and throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Trying to get it to Woods.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
On second down, here's Smith. And this one complete to Reed. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings.
Ball start, offense.
And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming, pick them up, and someone jumped.
3rd and long, it's Smith. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Jadeveon Clowney coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Out come the Titans now. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And the reception made by Dante Moncrief. And he's going to be out of bounds down to the 25. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Now a play fake here on first down. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Matt Ioannidis. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Back 99 Philly, here we go!
They'll look to throw. Over the right side, caught by Moncrief. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Looking to throw. Going deep from... And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Swearinger. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
I said 580!
After the interception, here's Smith. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Khalil Mack in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. So we've reached the end of a fairly even first quarter of play. 0-0 our score. We'll head back to FedEx Field after this timeout. Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2. But they face a second and long to start things out. They'll run it now out of the gun. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Rashaan Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. These offensive starters still out there in the second quarter. You would think the plans for them to at least play into the third quarter, if not all the way through it.
Yeah, it might go by feel. If they have a really good first drive to start the third quarter, they might pull them after that. If not, might leave them out there a little bit longer, but I'll guarantee this, they'll be gone by the start of the fourth quarter. Nearly
a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Titans are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over 1st and 10. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's completed 4 passes so far in this game. The issue is 2 of them have been to the guys in the wrong colored jersey.
So I'd say there's a little bit of clouded vision, right? Sometimes he sees clearly, sometimes he doesn't. I know on the sideline they'll be going over things and talk about what the coverages are and what they're seeing. So you used to look at the snapshots, now you look at the Microsoft Surface Pro. He's got to analyze what he's seeing and be more accurate with the ball.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the grab by Croft. And he'll get it down here to the 43. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. And as a first-rounder, a lot of eyes on him, a lot of expectations.
And he has to play well in his rookie year. Those days of coddling guys and bringing them along slowly, those days are long gone. When you're drafted in the 1st round, they expect you to play right away. And the community's eyes and fan base, they'll be on you the entire way.
And you take a look at this draft. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Robert Woods, 43 yards. And the Titans are able to strike for 6. Yeah, he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Extra point put through by Succop, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Here's Smith now on 2nd down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6.
So what's the word I'm looking for here about how this drive just started?
Disjointed?
I'll go with that one. I mean, think about it. 1st down, took a bad loss on a running play. Take the sack on 2nd down. Now they got to come up with something big here on 3rd.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Smith over the middle, complete. It's Richardson. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. With it is Jackson. 51 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Titan football. And the Titans getting set to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They go play action here on 1st down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Corey Davis, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Now let's go.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Airing it out deep for Woods. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and pressure advantage.
Here we go now.
On play action, they'll throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line. Woods, the intended receiver.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
A good starting spot for the Redskins as they come up 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Thompson. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they did against Quill right there.
Now Thompson, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. From the gun on 3rd down, Smith looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero, but we did see there the emphasis on is not just...
And it'll be intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it. Looking for Woods that time. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
But someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah,
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Khalil Mack in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. From the gun, here's Smith. He'll check it down to Geis. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for 3rd.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
It'll be a Redskin first down as Smith hits Crowder.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. Complete. Richardson has it. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. Clock running as the Redskins try to hurry up. Smith throwing again. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Throwing again is Smith. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop it for his second sack now here tonight.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Tressway now. He's been terrific so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Here's Jackson. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Titans will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. And let's shift our attention to Corey Coleman. Not only does he not have a catch, I don't think he's been targeted in this game, but they're winning.
And if you ask a receiver of his magnitude.
And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
Alex Smith and the offense heading out for their next possession. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Smith. Josh Doxson's got it complete. And he's brought down after a good game. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, it's Smith. On the catch, it's Crowder. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. To the air again, Smith. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Khalil Mack in there to get him again. The 3rd time he sacked him here tonight. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Jordan Reed has it. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. On first down, Smith. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Khalil Mack in there again. My goodness, that is now his 4th sack tonight. The final shot here before break. Smith. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we reach halftime here with the visiting Titans taking the lead into intermission. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. Any surprise in your mind he's out there to start the second half after 4 first-half interceptions?
I used to be surprised by a lot of things, partner, but in this case I'm not, because you know they want him to be their guy. And the only way to truly establish that is to give him a chance to work through some of the issues he had in the first half.
Now let's go.
Back to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They're going to look to throw. And now here's another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Well, when someone other than the quarterback is throwing the football, it's either beautiful or a disaster, and here it was the latter.
Nowhere in between, right? You're exactly right. It takes some fortitude to call that type of a play, but when it doesn't work, oh boy, you wish you hadn't.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play? Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
Now it's Smith. And this is going to be incomplete. It was a safety, Kevin Byard, that time, who was able to knock it away.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will cut the lead down to just 2. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him. It didn't. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Matt Ioannidis in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night.
That's his 2nd sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Green 39! Green 39!
He'll look to throw. And a little floater there is incomplete.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have, it's chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind.
Detroit! Over!
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Again, a run with Thompson. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And it'll be 3rd and 10. And the blitz does come. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
The Titans offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he'll get this up only to about the 22. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it. But it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did a touchdown, Washington. Paul Richardson, 37 yards. And the interception by the Redskins, Dean leads to a touchdown.
Everybody likes to see the long ball thrown, but when you throw it underneath and you see someone catch the ball, secure it, make their moves, and then turn it into bigger plays, that's a lot of fun to watch as well.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. We get a glance at the Redskins defense as they go back out there now. And the interception the last time they were out there ended up leading to a touchdown.
So the only thing they didn't get really was the pick 6, because that's what everyone wants. Take it immediately to the end zone, but their offense capitalized on the takeaway and turned it into the 6 points they were looking for.
Set them up pretty, got the touchdown. Now they're back out there defensively. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter with the man, their zone, deep ball, short ball. That was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception. Wow.
You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. They'll run with Thompson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
And the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. On the handoff, it's Geis. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Smith now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll hand it down to Geis. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Smith. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Jadeveon Clowney bringing the pressure again, and that is his 3rd sack here tonight.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Play fake here on 1st down. He'll air this one toward Coleman. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It's a gain of 5. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Back now at FedEx Field. It's Titan football here as they trail to begin the 4th quarter. The Titans on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Black 99 Philly. Here we go.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Quandre Diggs there defensively.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. And unable to break away. They they stop him a few yards shy. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And the Redskins will take control of the football in great field position.
Now let's go. Green 39.
On 1st down, this is Geis. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there. And I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory, and as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's...
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Khalil Mack in there to get him again, and that's his 6th sack of the ball game, one off the NFL record of 7.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And shutting him off, now open field. And still fighting. To give him 17 yards that time, as that'll move the chains. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
All right, here we go. Blue line. Blue line.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Hey, hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green.
Geis with the carry on 2nd down. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Darius Geis, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Throwing on 1st down. Fry. And that's off the mark, incomplete. He was looking for his running back, Charkandrick West. And now it's 2nd down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Here we go now. Blue line. Blue line.
To throw again. Fry. His throw incomplete.
We do see this a lot from rookie quarterbacks, don't we? They kind of lock in on their intended target. A lot of times they establish that buddy, that guy they depend on, and boy, defenses zero in on it, don't they?
A little bit too telegraphed that time, and that's why it's knocked away. On 3rd down, Fry. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Ryan Kerrigan with a big-time sack on 3rd down, and it'll be a loss of 7.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover.
Let's go! 3-19!
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Yoder. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Jayon Brown not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Let's go!
Throwing on 3rd and long. Yoder. And the pressure gets to him again. 3rd and long, defense with no fear. They brought the pressure.
Zero fear at all. That means they feel really good about the guys who are going to cover. But the biggest one is they think their pressure will get there before he has a chance to find an open receiver.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
On 1st down, Fry. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Fry. And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. Well, there is still time to recover from this. It remains a 2-score game even with the 2 points there, but let's just say things not trending in the right direction.
I like that phrase. I'm going to say it along with you. Things are definitely not trending in the right direction. They needed something on that drive. Instead, they gave up 2 points and a lot of hope. Partner, when I was in college, we used to have these things called game maxims that we did before every game. One of them said, press the kicking game. For here's where the breaks are made. It's the area of hidden yardage. How about that return? Flipping the field, taking it past the 50, and getting things set up to start the series.
It's Geis on the counter. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
They stay on the ground. Geis again. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 good yards there on the run, and now 3rd down. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Let's go!
From the gun on 3rd down, Yoder. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half, but I'll bet you the offensive coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Here's the Titan offense now as they make their way back onto the field. And last time they surrendered to safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down, Titans, gain of 12. First down now, but that clock rolling. On 1st and 10, Fry. This one left side, caught by Patterson. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. To throw on second down, Fry. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is dropped in incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one has gone as time has run out on this ball game.